Champ, thank you for making time. Glad to speak with you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations
Thank you for
on
having me. Thank you.
no problem. Congratulations on winning the title. It's my first time speaking with you since then. First question, they say when you win, it's not you that changes, everyone around you changes, family,
Yeah,
friends, you get more
yeah.
obligations. How has it been being champion so far in about the 6 months since you won?
I'm so happy that my dream come true and I became a world champion now. So I'm so happy, and my dream for in boxing is already achieved and world champion. So I'm so happy, and my friends so happy, and my family is so happy. So I bought him house for my purse for the last fight, and then they're so happy.
Glad to hear that. So being champion now, of course, you're the hunted. Everybody's looking to face you now. Is it easier training now, or do you find it more difficult with, being able to pay and help everybody else out? Is it harder training now, or are you more focused?
I think this when you are champ is more harder because you need focus, and because a lot of fighters want me because I'm a world champion now, so they hunt me. So I I train more harder and focus to the every fight sparring training. So every training I hard I working hard.
Glad to hear that. Now, the Gary Russell fight, I don't think that was your physically toughest fight, but I think mentally it was the toughest
Yeah,
one because there were so many changes, the shoulder injury, you
yeah.
having to win the last couple rounds. When that happens, fighters normally get wild, like go back to their old style. How were you able to stay focused and disciplined even with all those changes in the fight?
Even those changes in that fight. So if he's not gonna hurt that shoulder, maybe there's a knockout or clearly win. Because I won't clearly win that fight, but my counter is very effective to him because I'm tall guy, strong guy. So he's a footwork, so I have a footwork too. So
Mhm.
I managed to win the fight every round.
Got it. So you mentioned you're the taller fighter, but now when you face Ray Vargas, you're facing someone kind of your size. He's
Yes, sir.
5'10". Been a while
Yeah.
since you fought someone that high. Is it easier to fight someone your height, or do you prefer the smaller guys like Gary Russell?
I think I prepared a tall guy because easy to target. A small guy is hard to target.
Got it.
Small and more dodging, so really hard to punch to hurt him. So this guy, the tall guy, I have a sparring partners a lot of tall guys, so I used to it to fight that tall.
Okay. So the other thing with Ray Vargas, he seems to be a calm fighter, like very neat, very patient, doesn't like to get too wild. So I'm thinking, is it going to be beneficial for you to bring some of your old style back out where you used to be kind of wild? Do you think that'll be effective against him?
If I'm using wild this fight, I'm not gonna win. So
Ah, okay.
I so I use accurate puncher because already because Friday and Marvin is already correct my mistakes before because I'm a wild fighter before when I was in the other gym. So when in this gym they correct my mistakes, they correct my how to punch properly and more power. It's not more wild, it's more accurate. So I'm better fighter now.
I see, I see. And we already know fighting in San Antonio, you being the Filipino fighter, this is kind of like your first big Mexican fighter, like a championship level guy. So this,
Yes.
we know the rivalry with Filipinos and Mexican fighters. Do you feel this is going to be the start of that for you, kind of like how Manny went on that same timeline where he was fighting all the major Mexican fighters? You see your path being the same?
Yeah, maybe the same like that because when Pacquiao fight there with Marco Antonio Barrera, that's the first time I saw him fighting. That's inspiring me in that fight. So for it's very special for me because I'm fighting now in that arena. In my first time I saw him fight in 2003, and now I'm the main event and I'm fighting in that arena. So I'm so thankful and very blessed because my dream come true to become a world champion, and my first defense is in that fight in that arena. Yeah,
That's very interesting. I didn't know that. Now you remember with that fight, Manny was
yeah,
the underdog and he was being booed, and he still was able
yeah.
to, put in one of his best
Mexican
performances.
Filipino.
Right, right. So for you, do you prefer that? Does that motivate you more if the whole arena's against you, or do you want everybody on your side?
It's I don't care. I don't care as long as I'm gonna fight and win the fight. Wherever, if even in Mexico or in Texas and even here in LA, wherever the fight is, as long as I'm in the ring, I'm let the fist talk.
Got it, got it. Now, I was doing some research. Is it true your wife is a tattoo artist? Is that correct?
Yes, she's
Okay.
a tattoo artist and she made my old tattoos.
Nice, nice. So the question I wanted to ask you is, over here in America, there's always debates about roles, man, woman, wife, who plays the roles. You mentioned before while you were coming up, your wife was supporting you until you were able to get established. How did that motivate you to make sure that you got to that title level quickly to kind of
Yeah.
reward her for supporting you for so long?
It's very important that there's a wife very supportive to me because she gave me all my needs. It's like he's my manager now, and before we've been fighting together since 14 fights, since my 14 fights until now. So she's very accommodating and preparing all my foods, my needs. They gave me my needs, so she's been supporting me since 2015. So I'm very thankful and I have a good wife.
Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Now, looking at your Instagram, I have to wish you a belated happy birthday. I
Thank
know
you,
you
sir.
have a nutritionist, so I kind of wonder, do you have a sweet tooth? Do you give her a hard time with your dieting and all that? Because it seems like you like to have the sweets every now and then, and I know that can conflict with training. How has that been for you with a birthday, having birthday cake, and still being trying to be on point for weight?
It's good that I have a nutritionist like Janet Arrow. She's a good. She's a nutritionist of the Olympian in our country. So it's good that. But for my birthday, I don't eat cakes.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
I just celebrate. Don't eat. I didn't eat a lot of foods. I just my meals is it's like vegetables. So it's okay. It's okay. Always the parties, the celebration after the fight.
Got it. Got it. Now we all know that Manny Pacquiao is your idol, and I know you've taken a lot from him, just seeing how his career went. But I also think it's important when you look at them to see what not to do, what mistakes not to make as you're coming up. What's the biggest thing that you might have seen that he made a mistake that you were able to make sure that you're not going to make in your career?
Just maybe focus in the fight. Training every day, focus training every day, and everybody makes mistakes. So I have a lot to improve in myself because I am still young. Every fight I learn. Every fight I need to more get improved because I'm still young in this career.
Got it. Got it. Now, one of your pictures, I saw you were wearing a cap where it said "Warrior of God," and I've kind of noticed that a lot of fighters that have faith, they seem to be stronger fighters, have a lot more resilience in tough moments. Talk a little bit about how your faith inspires you in the ring as a fighter.
Um, faith as a fighter in the ring.
Right, your faith as your religion, how that inspires you in
Yeah.
the ring.
It's good that you're scared of God. Yes, I'm a religious guy, so I'm scared of God, and then I pray a lot of Him because every fight I need a guidance for Him, and I believe in Him. So when I fight, I pray and I pray to win every fight. So I'm thankful for Him. I'm blessed because I'm blessed. They give me some. They give me a good what do you call this? A good talent. So I'm gonna use it good.
Got it. Got it. All right. So my last question for you is: every great fighter or fighter that wants to be great, there's always has to be that rival, that one that kind of pushes you as far as you can go. Do you see that rival anywhere in the featherweight division, or do you think that person will come at a later point, possibly when you go up in weight? Or do you see somebody out there now that can potentially be that rival for you?
I think after this Vargas fight, Leison Tacos unification bout. Yeah,
Fantastic, fantastic.
that's our plan for this year.
Also, before the year is out, you think you can get that one? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I need to win this fight, and then that's my key to get a unification bout.
Okay. Now, are you still living in the Philippines, or are you finally based here in the U.S.?
We're based in the U.S. because my training camp is here.
Perfect, perfect. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you next week in San Antonio. Champ, I really appreciate your time today. Best of luck.
Thank you, Sir Ismail. Thank you. See you.
Thank you.